Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will be going over MailChimp. We will use MailChimp to be integrated with our email capture box that we just set up with SumoMe. Just a reminder, if you do not want to have this email capture box on your website, then simply skip this lecture because it's not necessary. However, I really think it can come in handy. The first thing that we're going to need to do is go to MailChimp.com. MailChimp is free and easy to use, and that's the main reason why I use this to link to our account. The first thing that we're going to want to do here is click Sign Up for Free in the upper right. Next, we're going to activate account with our email link. What we're going to want to do is fill out a good email address here. I'm going to fill this out and then at the bottom hit Create. After that, it will give us a message that says thanks for signing up, and it will say to please check your email to activate the account. After clicking the activation link in your email, you'll be brought to this page where you'll have to confirm that you're not a robot, and it will ask you some kind of verification question like this. Then you click Confirm Sign Up. After that, you're going to have to fill out some account information. So I'm going to do that right now and then replay the video after I'm done filling out my personal information. When you are done filling out your information, you want to just click Save and Get Started. An important note would be that above in this form you want to put in your website domain name, just to be clear. Next, it will say Access your account settings, support, and log out right here. I'll hit Next, and then I'll just do Dismiss. After that, we're going to need to click Create a List. After we do that, we'll be prompted to the next page, and we'll hit Create List again in the upper right. Here we'll be prompted to fill out information again. This will be for our email list though. So it will give you examples below. See, it says good example, Acme Company newsletter, bad example, some random customer information. So I'm going to put mine as my practice projects, since that's my domain name. News, I'll just put. Oops. And then my default email will just be the email that you're going to want the website to have. So an example would be like support my practice projects.com or your name at yourwebsite.com, for example. This is the address people will reply to. Default from name. They want to know who it's coming from. So if people don't know me as Tom from mypracticeprojects.com, then they might think, who is this person? So maybe something you would want to do is use your company name, like My Practice Projects in my case. And this is just a reminder, write a reminder about how the recipient joined this list. And then it will give you an example right here. I usually actually copy this example word for word. You are receiving this email because you opted in at our website. Then I scroll down a little bit, and here we choose how we're going to be notified. If you want a daily summary of the activity with your newsletter, one by one again. I'm just going to click one by one because I don't think we're going to have many sign up at first. You could always go back and change this to a daily summary if your mailing list begins to grow a lot and you're curious about the numbers from day to day and you don't want to get spammed with emails either. So we'll click Save. After this is saved, we're going to go back to the Bloom plugin area where we were within our last lecture, and now we're just going to click, if you were not in there already, you'll click Bloom Opt-in Forms, and then you'll name the opt-in form here. We'll select MailChimp from the drop down, and we'll just click Add Account. and you can put in your account name and your API key. To find that information, we're going to go to MailChimp again, and after you log in, you'll be on this dashboard screen here. And the first thing you're going to do is go to this little drop down under your name, and then we'll click on where it says account here. And once it gets to this account page, you're going to click on where it says extras, API keys. And at this point, we're going to have to go down to where it says create a key, and we'll click on that. And now we'll get our information from here, and the API key is this number here, and I'll copy that, go back to the website itself, and I will paste that in. So I'm actually going to click disable the double opt-in, and that basically will not let people opt into the mailing list twice. I don't want to have their email twice and be emailing 2 emails when they don't need 2 emails. So I'll click authorize here, and here I'm going to just click the only one that shows up and select my email list, and it's going to be my practice projects news, and I'll click next to go to the next part. And here is where we get to design what the look is of our opt-in form here. So we can go through these and choose whatever one you would like. There's a lot of different designs, and we can actually edit the colors, so don't get too caught up on the colors of it. I'm going to go with something like this here. You can really choose whatever one you want, but this is just for example purposes. And I'll scroll down and click next, customize, and here's where we can go through a lot of things. In this part, it will say subscribe to our newsletter as default. If you want to change that, you can, but I don't want to keep changing all this text in here and make this video too long for you all. But you can change the text here as well for your opt-in message text. And now if we go down and you want to add an image, you can do so. I'm not going to add an image here. Actually, I think that's the default image there that I just got rid of. But oh well. Next, the opt-in styling. The background color is white, and I should just point out to you real quick, if you want to view what it will look like, you can click this little eye here, and this is what it will look like. So you can see the text right here. If you're not liking that, if you don't like this lighter text, for example, you can definitely just go and find where it says the opt-in styling, and you can change different things like the body text and make it dark text, light text, bolded, all kinds of things that you can do within the styling options here. Down here we get into the colors, so if you want to change the color of the actual pop-up, we'll click on it again here, and we'll see that there's purple, this orangish color, and there's the white and black on that side. So if you wanted to change that, let's just change it to blue, and I'll make this white in this case, and we'll just see how that looks. And we click on it, and there's the blue and white. So it's up to you if you want to change the look of this. And down here we can choose the edging on it, and right now we have this by default. I'm going to change to this just so we can see the difference. And we click on this, we can see that now there's this different serrated edge there. So that's an option for you. You can change to whatever one you would like there as well. And I'm just going to leave this success message as you have successfully subscribed. And I'll go to next. And here we can choose the orientation. So I want it to be on the right. I want it to fly in from the right corner. It's going to be over in this part of the site. So I'm going to leave that as is. And I will also have it do a slide up, or I want some kind of animation, no matter what it is. Maybe I'll do a bounce just to catch the person's eye rather than just pop up and not be that noticeable. And I like to have trigger after time delay, and I'm going to make that delay just, I'll make it 10 seconds here. And trigger after inactivity, you can do that as well. I'll make that 15. I'll make that a little longer. I'll make that 30 seconds here. And you can put it to come up at the bottom of a post. Now that means a blog post. I personally don't want it to come up at the bottom of the post, but if you wanted to do that, you could. Now, something I'm going to do is I might hide it on mobile because I don't want them to necessarily have to deal with a pop-up on a mobile device. I think that could be a little annoying. Here I'm going to also just enable trigger after scrolling here. And you can actually set the percentage of how far down the page they scroll before this pops up. I'll make it 40%, and I like this feature a lot. It might be my favorite feature of the whole plugin itself. And I'm just going to continue to go down here. Now, I'm going to make it only display on the home page in my case. If you want it on post, you can do that, but I like to just have it on my home page. Some people put it on everything. It's totally up to you. And I'm going to just go down here and I'll save and exit. Now, I know that I went through this quickly, but this will also show you your conversion rate, your impressions, things like that. But I went through this quickly, and I'm just going to refresh this page here and show you what it will look like. So remember, we had it set, it will show up 40% of the way down the page. So if we're scrolling down, and there's 40%, and it pops up right there. Now, interestingly enough, you may want to change this white background here to be something else because it pops up on the white background when you scroll down 40%. Or maybe I change it to 30% and it pops up on this black background and it stands out more. Now I just want to go and refresh it, and I'll see if I can see the little animation how it came in. I'm not too crazy about that animation. I might change that, but you get the idea. And I'm actually going to link in this video in the external files section. I'll put a link to a YouTube video that the company that made this plugin did. It's about a 50-minute video if you want to really dive into making this plugin better, and it is just a YouTube video, so you'll be able to go through that at your own ease and see how it works for you and see more things that this plugin can do and more customizable options and things like that. But for now, we do have a newsletter, and next we're going to just have to hop back over to MailChimp to finish the email forwarding type work. To get to the home page, we're going to click on the monkey in the upper left corner of the MailChimp site. And now that we're back on MailChimp, we're going to go to lists. And now we're going to click on our list name. And next we will go to sign up forms. It says, please verify support@mypracticeprojects.com. So it's not the email that we activated this account on MailChimp with, it's the email that we set up to be our site email address. So the next step in this process is to go to our account email that we got with our account info from HostGator for our hosting account. What we're going to want to do is log into this page, our control panel link, with our username and our password. As you remember probably that we updated our password, so it may be different than what displays here. At least I have updated mine. And we'll type them in and log into there. Now that it's logged in, we're going to go down to email accounts and click email accounts. Next, we're going to go to the domain name. You should probably just have one. As you know, I have many domain names. And what we're going to do is name it the same as what they're looking for what they were looking for in this case, which ours in my case was support@mypracticeprojects.com. So I will put in support@mypracticeprojects.com. And you will set a password. You can make it anything that's easy to remember for you. Here we will go and click Create Account. It says Account Created. Next, what we will do is go back to the home page. In the upper left, that icon is. And then we will scroll down to where it says Webmail and click that. After clicking on webmail, we will click Go to secure webmail login. Next, we can choose any of these three. I'm just going to choose Roundcube, and within Roundcube you can see that I've had previous mail sent here. However, it was sent to an address that doesn't even exist for my inbox. So what we're going to need to do is go to Settings. Then we will go to Identities. Click on the only option that's there, and display name I'm going to put as Tom, and then I will change the address to be support@mypracticeprojects.com as we had before, and then I will click Save. After this, we're going to X out of this area once you see it says successfully saved in the lower right corner, and then we will go back to the home button of the cPanel in the upper left corner. After this, we will scroll down to where it says email forwarders, or forwarders in this case, and click that button. And I'm going to just take a moment to explain why it's important to forward your email. In this case, it's a pain to have to log into the cPanel every time just to view your email in MailCube. If you can have it forwarded to an email that you regularly use, or it's easier to check for you, then it makes a lot of sense to do that. If you have a Gmail account that you usually check, it makes a lot of sense to have it forwarded to that Gmail account in this case. So I just think it's a convenience factor to have it sent like this, and you'll probably receive less spam as well. Now we will click Add Forwarder, and we will highlight my domain name. Yours should already be set, as I've said before. And then we will go to Support, and the destination where we want the email to actually go to is whatever email works best for you. In my case, I'm going to put the same one that I signed up with for MailChimp, and I think that's what you should do as well. They recommend that you don't do this, but that's because they have a product that they're selling for $5 a month that they want you to buy. So I'm going to ignore that and then click Add Forwarder. After that's done and it says that you've added the forwarder and you verify that it's the correct address and correct here, what you're going to want to do is go back to MailChimp. Next, we will go into the list section on MailChimp, and it says please verify that support@mypracticeprojects.com as your default from email address before setting up a sign-up form. So what we have to do is go down here and hit Verify Domain. Then we have to click Send Verification Email. After a moment, an email should appear from MailChimp. You want to open that, and then you can either verify domain access with the link or copy the code. I like to copy the code since I'm already logged into MailChimp anyway. And then I will paste it into the form here and hit Verify Me. Now it is successfully verified. And that was the final step. Now your email will be forwarded to support at whatever your domain name address is, or sales, or your name at whatever your domain name is. Whatever way you set it up, it will show as your company email for that way. And it will now be redirected to whatever email you set it to be redirected to for much easier access and communication on your part. I know this was a lot of steps, and if you have questions, please put it in the support section, but I really suggest you go through the video a couple times if you're having trouble with it, and just pause it and take your time going through it. If you have any questions, please reach out to me though. Thanks for viewing, everyone.